You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again.
Hi everyone, my name is Nini Chong and I am the founder of Her Rise Story. So we meet again and I have been really lucky because I have a co-host for this special edition. And here she is. She's Zoo
Hi.
Angelica.
Hi, Nini. Hi, everyone. How are you guys doing?
Hi. Hi, Zoo. So this is episode number 8.
Already? Wow. It's amazing.
Yeah, episode number 8, right? So we have 7 more episodes to go. So we have
7
passed
more.
halfway of our milestone. Congratulations,
Yes, that's
babe.
amazing. Congratulations to you too. Being the producer and all.
And couldn't have done it without our partner. And Zoo is from Marketing in Asia. So our collaborative partner for Her Rise Story virtual talk show, Mothers Rising Above Adversity, is Marketing in Asia. Talk to us a little bit about Marketing in Asia, Zoo.
Sure. Marketing in Asia is a online magazine, digital magazine, and we cover anything and everything marketing, encompassing Asia. And we like to think of ourselves as the coolest marketing magazine in Asia, and that's what we are. And the reason why I'm here today is because I'm here in this series is because we are going to talk to the ladies of Marketing in Asia's linked top 100 personalities in Malaysia you should follow in 2020. So we've spoken to many of them over the last 2 weeks. We're going to speak to one more today, amazing lady, Nasuha Browning. And we're going to speak to more the following 2 weeks, right?
Yep, right. So we will be airing every night, Monday to Friday at 9:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. We start on the 11th of May till the 29th of May. So
that's right.
So there will be 15 women altogether featured on Her Rise Story virtual talk show, Mothers Rising Above Adversity, right? So
That's
what Her
right.
Rise Story is about is, we want to talk about the challenges. We want to hear about the challenges that industry leaders, icons would go through or have gone through. And, so that the community, our audience would be able to relate to these challenges and learn how that they rise above those adversity. And I guess that is a very valuable thing. It is for me because I've learned so much from the past 7 ladies, and I think that I will continue learning from Nash as well tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, so much to learn. Exactly. I totally agree with you, Nini. So shall we bring Nash out? What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Nasuha Browning. Hi, Nash.
Hi, Nash.
Good evening, ladies.
Hi, how are you?
Good evening.
Good. A bit nervous, but excited to be here and to be talking to you today. Here.
Very nice. Maybe you can start off by telling our viewers, Nash, a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Nash. I fondly call myself Queen Nash to really remind myself that, I'm a queen and that taking that, that that role to sort of rise above, like what you say, above all these adversities, right? So I have two children, 7 and 5 years old, a girl and a boy. My son, and I'm married now. So prior before this, I was a single mom for 5 years, and I recently got married to this lovely, lovely man, and I'm now a brand coach, and I run training programs online, coaching, branding, as well as women empowerment.
Cool.
Very nice. Yeah.
What has been, good? What has been exciting? What have you been up to lately, Nash?
Well, surprisingly, this COVID situation has just made me even busier. I have been because I work a lot with social organizations, and my work involves with really highlighting the brands of companies who are out there making an impact to the world, to Malaysia. And this is a time to do that. There's so many organizations out there who's doing good. And this situation has just sort of highlighted there's such many breakdowns in the community, right? With how we get our food. Just remember when we first started lockdown, people just went to a frenzy, getting worried about where we're going to get supplies. What if we run out, right? Do you remember that when we first started?
Yeah.
Now it has sort of a peak. Yeah, but it also shows that it's so important whether we can able to get our supplies really close to us. So we a lot of companies who talk about it's important for us to grow our own food. The communities that actually help grow this country, the development of this country, like these migrant workers who have been here and now they're getting shunned at. Most of them just don't get their daily wage because work has stopped. So what has happened? A lot of single moms in position like me. I think back then I remember there was a time when I had no money at all, and I had only 10 ringgit in my wallet. I remember, and I had 2 kids to feed. So we went to one of the shops, I think near my house, and I could only buy a piece of chicken and a plate of rice for all of us to share. So there were times when I had so little, but with that little, it was like a test for me. How far can you sort of get out of that mental block? How far can you just persevere? Because at that point, you don't really think about, all this shit that's happening to you. There's this survival instinct in you to just carry on, just go forward. Yeah.
Wow. So in that moment, how do you keep yourself going? I mean, mental wise, it's not easy. Because you have 2 young kids. It's not just about yourself now; it's about the kids as well. So how do you keep your mental strong, and how do you keep going at that point? What runs through your mind at that time?
Really, it's to have really good support system, and to really look out for people who are able to support you the way that you want to be supported, right? And also recognize the people around you who can't support you, who keep bringing you down, and they might even be your families, your close families, in fact, and you just have to I think the first thing that you have to do is to recognize those people and to remove yourself from the situation. So there were moments during that period where I blocked certain people in my life who I love, but were just doing more harm to my mental frame of mind. Because it's wrong, right? So to remove all those negative people who wanted to, who mean well, they mean well, most of them mean well, but they can't support you in that sense. So just to temporarily remove yourself out from the situation and work on yourself. So I came up with this program. It's called the Transforming Queens program, and I talk about pillars. So the first core pillars that I talk about in the middle is breaking down your fears and your insecurities, and to take ownership of them. Right. So all of us have fears and insecurities. I bet, you know, you're different from everyone, right? So some are more, so we just have to really address what are our fears actually. So at that time, like, my fear was that I would be alone in this struggle that I have. But then what I realized that I didn't need. Okay, so I didn't need my family to support me. I actually told myself, you know what? If my family can't support me the way I need to be supported, it's fine. And I found a group of people, friends, who could support me at that moment where I really needed help. And I basically embraced a new family for me. And then once I accepted that new frame of mind that, you know what, you don't need to have family. You can build your own family. You can build your own support system. And when you do that, you feel more empowered because you're in more control of your situation. Right? So the first step is just to brace your insecurities, and then also to sort of like, reshape your mind and construct environments for you. You don't have to be in an environment. You can create an environment that is positive for you. Yeah. That's what I did. So to immerse and to surround yourself with positive people, and it's oddly enough very similar to a branding process, right? So in my personal branding program, I combine with developing your personal development, and then also to find out what your personal brand is, and so like to sort of combine them together, because branding, again, it comes down with knowing who you are and what you stand for. That's what branding is. So developing a personal brand is actually developing the strongest version of yourself. Yeah. So basically, once I did that, and then you sort of like start asking yourself, what are the things that you want to change about the world that you see it? Because I think fulfillment, you will never be fulfilled if you set a milestone just for yourself. You have to set a milestone where you can contribute back to the community. Right? So for example, if you say, okay, I want to work so hard because I want to get a Ferrari. All right, so you work so hard and you get a Ferrari, and then what? So you will come back to this point where, okay, I've achieved that, I did it, and then you'll get jaded in this process. So you need to find a fulfillment that is beyond you. So for me, it was like empowering more queens out there. I wanted to get more women who would able to be so confident in their self-worth that it doesn't matter what people say anymore. It comes to a point when people say stuff about you and like, oh yeah, they can say about whatever about you. It doesn't matter because, it makes them happy to say that. So go ahead, but I'm happy with the way I am. And that's basically developing the strongest version of you.
Awesome.
Great. Yeah.
So I just want to go back to what you said in the beginning, what you do, right? So you spoke about you're working with social companies, social organization, and I guess that is very much related to what you have been through, right? And speak to us a little bit about, maybe share with us what is the kind of challenges that exactly that you go through and how you see that you are doing this work that you are doing right now, because in Malaysia, the world of social impact, the world of purpose driven, the world of cause driven, whatever that we want to call it, right, is very infant still, right?
Yeah.
So many people don't really understand about it, but speak to us about it. How it has been probably because of your journey that you are doing it right now? Or I don't know, you want to share about
So
that?
yeah, sure. So I believe that we live in such a connected society, and so I believe that we live in such a connected society, and that whatever we do, um, however positive or negative, it's going to impact other people, right? Whether we know them or not. And when I was at my lowest, I'm from Singapore actually. So my family moved
Oh,
from Singapore
Oh,
to
geng berdua
Malaysia.
ni, geng.
that makes two of us then.
So I'm from Singapore. Yeah. So and I think when I moved here, people get this perception of oh, you're Singaporean, so and why would you come to Malaysia? This sort of thing. And then I also had another view, another group of people who would say that, oh, you came to Malaysia because in Singapore, Malays are not, don't get so much stuff and all these things. And I'm like, you know what? I think I find a lot of people being more racist in Malaysia than Singapore, honestly, in that sense. So, and then I realized that that some of the communities here are so segregated. They don't talk to each other, and they only want to support people in their communities. They don't see what's outside of what's happening around them, right? Because they're so, I don't know, they're scared, they're insecure. So I also believe in abundance, that there is money everywhere, just that money has moved to a different source. So again, coming back to my story, when I was down in my lowest, there was this person who I didn't know. I mean, like I knew, it was an acquaintance, but I didn't know very well. Out of the blue, she offered me to join this program. And this program is a very expensive program. So it's called Money and You. And it has founded people like Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, Paul Mitchell, the founder of Ben & Jerry's. So they actually grew people like this in this program. And she offered me, do you want to join this program? I'm like, yeah, but I didn't have the money because it was a very expensive program. And she said, you know what? I'm just going to pay for you. Just go.
Oh, wow. That's very generous.
Yeah. So exactly. So that was when I received something like that. And I went through the program and I met so many amazing people, and that program just really grew me as a person. I think I learned so many principles that I realized, I mean, like sort of like unaware, I was practicing it, but now I become so aware of it and so conscious toward this, and it's how I live my life, basically. And now I think it's my time to just give back to society for what I can. So I want to work more in this social impact space, because I believe in a world where people are going to be conscious about what they purchase, or people, when they start companies, how their products are going to make an impact to the environment, to the society at large, right? There's so many people out there who can help. And I think there's money out there that can be channeled in the right way. It's humanity in the end. Being a single mom, working, juggling, raising 2 kids has been one of the hardest things ever for me. And that just makes me appreciate life, really. And if I can get through this stage, right, I want to help more people to do the same.
Okay, so your work only encompasses women, yeah? Or you do male as well?
So I do a lot of branding program, but just somehow a lot of women gravitate towards me.
Sure, yeah. Okay, and I just want to, the reason why I asked that question is because I want to ask about because in your profile, the word Queen Creator caught my attention. Tell us about that. I love that word, queen creator.
So this, I think a friend actually started calling me queen.
Okay.
And then I realized, like, you know what, I'm just gonna own it. I'm just gonna of Queen Nash.
Yeah.
And it's really also as a reminder for me, right, to sort of like rise, like, you know, what are the queenie qualities that you think about, right? It's not so there's so many definitions. There's Beyonce sort of queen, like, you know, fierce. You got it. So I'm not like fierce and stuff. so I'm queen, like, okay, so, you know, elegance, you know, but with confidence and sort of act with compassion. So that's basically who am I. And to basically take no shit. People have been giving me so much shit. Well, that you know what? If you like to believe the stories that you say about me, go ahead. But I'm happy with who I am. Yeah.
Right.
So
That's
and then
beautiful.
yeah, exactly. And I think both of you are the same. Sort of like just own it, man.
Yes.
This is my time, and this is like our space. We gotta take up the space that's available here, and there is enough space for all of us. There's so many queens out there, and and you know, you can be who you are. You don't have to be like you don't have to be fierce and confident, or you can be gentle, right? You can be gentle, you can be kind, and you're still a queen.
Exactly.
So I wanna ask you this question, right? So you know, at early on when we were doing introduction, before we even came live on the show just now, that you spoke about, you know, there were so many challenges that you've been through, and I guess through your sharing also so far that, you know, we you say that, you know, people have just been giving you shit, right? That, you know, but what kind of challenge that was significant enough that you think that would have molded you to become the person that you are right now, doing the things that you are doing right now, living the life that you are living right now?
Wow, this is like a really tough question. Well, I think my divorce really put a toll on me. My first marriage. I was in a abusive relationship, and I think the point where I think the first point was when I think I was 8 months pregnant, and then my then husband, he kicked me in the stomach. We had a huge fight. And then again, when I was giving birth in the hospital, he was lying to me about shit. And I just remember, I think coming back from the hospital, I was in confinement. I was still in confinement that same week. I just packed all his bag while he was sleeping, put it in his car, and then when he left for work, I told him, don't ever come back.
That's good. And then he actually left.
Yeah. But that was just the start of the story, you know. I mean, like, between us, so many things happened. Of course, we fought, and then we were so upset with each other. But then, and I think I remember telling my husband, I think that was my then husband, and he just wanted to make me feel really bad and really bad about myself by saying so much mean things and things that would just break me down. I think for 2 years, I was like a mad woman. It's like crazy woman drive. You know, you go through depression, and then you started driving a car. I would just break down crying. It messed up my mind, basically. But then, but then one day I just set this frame of mind, like, you know what? I can't let this man just control me here, right? And saying all those things because I know I'm not. And then one day when I just told him off, you know what, if you want to keep on saying these things, I forgive you for saying these things about me, because maybe this is the way for you to make yourself feel better, and it's okay. But I don't want to be part of this anymore. And then when I did it, I sort of like became this. I sort of like became this really strong person. Sort of like and that was the start of like getting back my self-worth. Like, you know what? You are so capable. And I had to tell myself that. You're capable, you're awesome. And I would write stuff down about me. And I had to sort of like tell myself again, like, you know, sort of like put this computer chip again in my head and reprogram it to be Nash like 2.0. You're better at this. Delete all the negative shit. You're going to be better. And once I did that, it was me. I had to start changing myself first, because I realized that I cannot change him. I can't control him. And I was also so sure that I had to make my relationship with him better for the children. Because no matter what, he's their father. So when I started changing the mindset of myself, I don't know how it happened, but he changed too.
Okay.
And now we have such a great relationship, you know, co-parenting, and we communicate better now. That and then he also got remarried, and I also got remarried, and that if I was like in any trouble now, he would still come and help me no matter what. So we've sort of we've come sort of like full circle from being abusive partners, you know, and just changing myself first, really. And it's sort of the universe, sort of the energy just changed or something, and he changed, and now, like, honestly, we're friends. It's amazing, really.
That's amazing. I just have a question. There's a lot of women in abusive relationship or marriage. They prefer to stay. Their reason is because we have the kids. I would prefer to think otherwise, because I think the more the kids stay in an abusive relationship, the more it will affect their mindset, their confidence, and all that. But what's your take on this?
I made the decision to get a divorce because of the kids.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, I realized that because we weren't happy, and because at that point my ex-husband was just not showing, displaying actions, that he could be a father for them at that point. Because he had a temper as well, and I think it would be more harmful for the kids, right? And I think in this situation that we're in now, where we've become such a blended family, that because he sees them less, he can appreciate them more.
Sure.
Yeah, and he ironically, he just became a better father.
Wow. It's got a good ending after all, isn't it?
Yeah. So I guess like my message here, it doesn't always have to be a bad ending, even if you split up with your partners before, right? So it's all about being aware and being conscious about, and really, I think both of us sort of also learn to be compassionate when we're talking to each other. And putting the kids first, because the kids' development are important. And my kids are super happy. They understand that they live in this house and they've got a stepdad, they've got a mom, and they go to the house sometimes. They've got a dad, they've got a stepmom, and they're happy. They're I think they'll probably have some challenges, but that's what we all do, right? And my son has ADHD.
Okay.
You say?
My son has ADHD. So because of that, he's very sensitive. So he's very sensitive to energy in his surroundings. If the house is not in harmony, you can see him getting really stressed.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think like being really, and I also believe that mothers are the nucleus of the family, right? So no matter like even my ex-husband or my current husband, we have to be happy first. If we're not happy, no one in the house is going to be happy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Right, definitely. So so it worked out for you, right?
It did work out. I would tell my ex-husband, you know what? It's my birthday. I want you to get me something and tell the kids that you get it for me and you give it to me. Because even though we're divorced, but because we also have a son, right? The boy has to know that as a man, you have to take care of the women around you,
Sure.
and I'm the mother.
Mm.
So we have that sort of open relationship, and we discuss about this, and it's always with the interests of the kids, the best interest of the kids.
Yeah.
Anything you wanna ask, Zu?
Yeah, this is because you said earlier that you'll write your feelings down and all that. I also know that you're a poet. Is it
Yeah.
is it another way of you to write down your thoughts on paper?
Oh,
Is it
it's
another way?
true.
Yeah.
I would write a poem every night.
Okay. Every night. Wow.
Not recently. Actually, since I got married, I sort of like it sort of died a bit. Because I'm like happy and sad. There's nothing to like write about. But when I was like alone and having, facing all this stuff on my own, I had so much, so much stress in me, and it was a way for me to channel out my emotions and just writing that out in a piece of paper. And my poems, some of them were quite depressing, but but then I also wrote poems about what I want, how I want to be treated, how I would like to live my life. And I don't know, I think maybe it was those positive affirmations or ones that I wanted that sort of attracted it to me. So
Yeah.
it does help. In writing does help. And even in my Transforming Queens program, I would tell my participants to deconstruct their worldview about certain beliefs. Right? We all have belief systems. And some of it are really culturally ingrained in us.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? We were brought up in that setting, and we're so afraid to break it because it's just not our reality. We've not just been exposed to it. So I had to break certain realities, certain belief systems that I grew up with. And once I broke it, I realized, hey, I'm so much more freer. I'm so much more happier. You sort of reconstruct and create your own value system, your own belief system for my family, for myself.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, as as you go through, probably later we'll talk more about the challenges that you go through, because I know that those were not the only challenges that you went through. But talking about just the segment of relationship, segment of family, like your immediate spouse family or your own children, right?
Yeah.
While you were facing those challenges, what was your coping mechanism? Because all of us have that, right? All of us,
Yeah.
have that thing that we go to. Or what was it for you? What made you
You know what?
sane at that time?
Well, for me, it was okay. So I would write my poetries down and I would do a lot of journaling. But when I get really, really stressed, you just have to shout, right? Not the best way to sort of like pour your heart out is to sing, go karaoke. Like, honestly.
That's what you
Bunch of girlfriends, get a karaoke room and just belt out all those really hard ballads.
do.
It works because so by the time of the session, your throat is like so raw from singing, and then after you'll be crying over some certain sad love songs or whatever, right? And
Sounds good to me.
And after that, you feel really good. It works.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. When we talk about branding, right, Nash? What are the typicalities in women that you see when you're helping them to carve their brand for them? What are the typicalities amongst women?
Women, so it's basically their confidence. So I see a lot of them are afraid to speak up about something, or be present, or or become like public figure, because they put up actually like, oh, I'm an introvert, so I don't like to share, I'm very shy. And the thing is, you can be an introvert, but also be confident in being out in public.
Mm.
And it's because there's so many insecurities in you, these different fears that you have about yourself. Really, a lot of them are self-limiting beliefs.
Sure.
So the first step of the program is to sort of like eradicate what are those self-limiting beliefs that you have. Take ownership of them. Let's create a different belief system for you. And then once you acknowledge that, then we go into what is the things that you're passionate about. In personal branding, you want to say something, you want to wake up every day happy with a frame of mind where you're driven for something, and that drive will help propel your personal brand. So it's about eradicating those limiting beliefs, creating your own belief system, and then finding that passion, finding that purpose, that drive, that you want to do more for this. Right, then only after that will all the branding strategy comes in place.
Okay.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's very money and you too, right? Because that's how money and you handle the foundation of money and you, which is we got to handle your personal beliefs first. You got to be aware of it, where you are right now in life, and let's take a look. Is that where you want to be? So that's great. I feel.
Nini, have you ever joined Money and You before?
I've not gone to Money and You, but I am an Asia Works graduate.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, let's just get into what brings joy to you right now. After going through all those challenges, what brings joy to you right now?
I think I love my life right now, honestly. I love my family and just being, at peace with what I do, helping other people, and it's fulfilling. Like, I think there's this level of peace that I am right now.
Let's talk
Peace
about that,
where,
helping other people. Let's talk more about that, helping other people. What do you mean by that?
okay, so for now, like because of this COVID situation, I've been being part of many different social groups where we sort of have like a network. Like the other day, there was the single mom, I think like a few weeks back before MCO was lifted, where there was so many roadblocks still. There was a few single moms in different areas where we cannot reach to because of those roadblocks. And we had to sort of like WhatsApp and find people on the ground who live near around her area, pass some money to them for them to buy essential goods for the single moms. Right. So that's the network what we're seeing is that there's so many gaps in this situation. There are some groups who are getting more donations than other groups, and some other groups who people don't know about. So because the communication is not transparent. We're not tracking, like collectively the organization are not talking to each other. We don't know who has given who to what, and so on. So we're sort of brainstorming to come up with a certain platform where we can can save on resources, and we can sort of be fair with the giving of the essential goods. Yeah. I think now we are actually collecting toys for refugee children.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think next week after Raya, we'll be visiting a few. Like I think even I think tomorrow, some of my friends, they're giving essential goods to some refugees in the Pudu area, and so on. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's Zoo. Go on, Zoo.
Mm.
We berebut kadang-kadang nak tanya soalan.
Because we only have 45 minutes, kan?
Yeah.
So okay, my question, yeah. So
Yeah.
why do you think that happened? Because certain groups receive it, certain groups don't receive it. Why do you think that happened? Where is the communication broken?
The groups are not communicating each other, and I think working in this industry for many years, these organizations are so they're operating in a way where every day is just in their cause. They just want to help their beneficiaries, right? That they're not talking to other organizations to see whether they're working along the same lines and whether they can collaborate,
Right.
right? And there's so many reasons for it. There's the limitations of time, resources, not enough people to sort of do that communication really in the end. So we're trying to find a way where we can solve that problem at this moment, and then at the same time, all these social organizations, they are getting a lot of funds from corporates, CSR entities, etc., individual donations. So we see times like this where the economy is greatly affected, right? So there is so because of that, because economy is hit, the corporates might be, some of them have backed off of their funding for certain groups of people, who really need it, and it's just causing like a lot of gaps that we're seeing. So we know that system, we know that in Malaysia, the government, there are policies that are not regulated to help ease this situation. Yeah. I think one of the groups that I work with, EPIC, they're focused on helping orang asli communities. So there are many different there are many out there. It's really heartwarming to just just involved and seeing all of this, right? And you see there's so many good in people as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, in moments of adversity like this, that you see people coming together to rally and help others, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's also like a point of education for a lot of Malaysians, right? I think recently there was this, against migrant communities, against refugee communities, right? And then people were saying why to send them back to their home country. And it's really ridiculous. I mean, there are so many countries in the world where they have accepted refugees and they've benefited for it. You know why? Because when the actually 2 weeks back, there was a refugee family where my family had help taken care of while they were in Malaysia. So they got a green card. They were in the UNHCR system, and the whole family got a green card. And they placed them in US, in America.
Okay.
So 2 weeks back, they sent a text to my dad saying that he just got his green card, and they just started a halal mart. They opened a halal mart in where they were staying, the first halal mart in their community.
Wow.
So when they got that, when they went to America, they were given money to start your life. The two parents were given training how to speak in English. They were given a house, and to start rebuilding your life. And I think they were there just about 5 years, and he can open his own business. Now, what does that mean when he opened his own business? He's able to pay tax, and the tax goes back to the country. right? Like in Malaysia, what happens is that refugees are not given the same right. You know, they're not given the right to work, so they have to work illegally. And what happens? They they can be cheated on. People can cheat
Yeah.
on them. They cannot open a bank account. And not only that, we have generations of refugee families here,
Yeah.
right? So it becomes a vicious cycle, and it doesn't help our economy at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're not
And
being, yeah,
I agree on this, totally agree. Because I feel that if you think that they are pests, you can get rid of them anyways, right? So why not empower them so that they contribute to the economy of
Right.
Malaysia?
exactly. Yeah, I mean, like we see so many, countries like Canada, who, and they've, they make something of the country. We're
Yeah.
actually losing out on these resources that we can
Exactly.
benefit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had refugees working with me as my team member. So many people would say, Mini, you tak takut ke uni? And I would say that, well, this is my choice lah, kan? So I know that I am responsible, but they are from Yayasan Chowkit.
Yep.
So yeah, Yayasan Chakit have always been excellent. So Ananti is always so awesome,
Yep.
right? She's amazing.
Yeah.
Hartini, yeah.
Yeah, she's
So then,
amazing.
yeah. So I guess just looking at them and just looking at how brilliant they are. There are times that kalau I dapat intern from like a private university or our public university in comparison to their 17-year-old, they are the quality that they can produce in your company is so much better,
Yeah.
right? Because the survival mode, I guess, where they are,
They
Right.
they are
Yeah.
forced to. They are forced to. I was training. I gave a training to the Rohingya broadcasting division. You know, they are journalists. So the Rohingyas are so persecuted that they have to come up with their own broadcasting media house in Malaysia here, because no one is reporting their news in the media. So what they did was they got like smartphones for people in Rohingya on the ground to send them videos or whatever, and they're reporting their news now in Malaysia. And the girl who is trained to be a journalist, she's only like what, 19, 18 years old. But when you talk to her, she doesn't sound like a 18 years old. She's confident, and she's just mature in that way. And this is the thing, the skills that we train in our, because I was a lecturer in university. So I train, right, all skills in UITM. And I remember, I think, a bunch of 20-year-old bachelor students, they didn't even know what refugee was. And I was so ashamed. Like, you don't know what's the situation that's happening. We live in such a bubble. And we're very blessed because we have that privilege to be, to be safe. Because we're privileged to that sense that we're not aware, and our education system does not instill that in our syllabus, in the curriculum.
Is it my turn or your turn, Zu?
Your turn.
So we made a deal, right? Because the first show
Yes.
is when chaos, that we now agree that we need to take
We have to
turns.
agree. Yeah. Take turns. Yeah.
So so I love I love the social impact realm, and but I really want to know, right? So being young, being in the community work, the community industry, just building community, just contributing to the community. As a person, I think our why is need to be big enough, so that it's fulfilling somehow, it contributes to our joy account. So there is the business account, how we pay for our bills and all that, how we live, right? And there is the joy account. But sometimes doing that is tiring and it's challenging. and the bureaucracy in the community world is tough. So many people don't know this if they are not in it, right? So the politics that's in it, the red tax that's in it, it's crazy. So
Don't get me started on politics.
this is not the politics. I mean the politics in the NGO or in the community service world, right? So it's just
Yeah.
crazy. And when we speak about giving, the focus is on the community, not us. But there's just so much of personal agenda in the space. What I want to know from you is that what's your big why? Why would you want to be part of the community world? Because I see when people come in, dia kena tembak sikit. Okay, alah, I don't think so. This for me lah. Malas lah. Better focus my work. Or better focus my business. That. So I see many of that. So I've been in the world over 10 years now. So I see that happening. So it's just so sad because I just want more young people to be in it.
Yeah.
But why? What's your big why? And probably that could inspire more of the young to be part of it.
Because I remember how it is like to have nothing. Really nothing. Like not even a single dollar to my name. And when you have nothing and 2 kids to take care of, you will remember that feeling forever. And I'm in this position where I can give back so much more. So why not? Right? At this point where material stuff just doesn't excite you that much anymore. Yeah, you get a new nice bag and you get but okay. I'm happy to have just one bag.
Yeah.
That I would use until it's rosak, then I buy new one.
Yeah.
Doing this, and I see that from helping people out there, and they come back to me and they give me all this feedback, and it just makes me so much happier that I can do something that I was part of their journey, to be, and that person is gonna be a potential somewhere. This ripple effect, it's infectious. And when you come into when I started, I just started, okay, I just want to do it because I want to do it, right? And then when I started gravitating to more people who were similar like me. And vice versa, I started attracting people who wanted to know more what I do. And when we sort of developed this community, we realized that all of us have a similar value system. We have a similar mindset of we want to give more and we want to be inclusive about it. It doesn't matter if you're Malaysians or other different nationalities or different religion. It's not about that. No, we're humans first.
Sure.
Yeah. So I feel really happy doing what I do.
Nice. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, Nash? In terms of your community work, in terms of your career, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
You know what? And honestly, in this time, you don't really see yourself in 5 years anymore. It changes so fast. There's no point thinking for 5 years. You just think about 1 year. I want to write. I started writing this book about about this process that I've been talking about, this transforming process, and because I really believe that women are the catalyst of the society. If you change one, you change one woman, you empower her, her image becomes so rich. She can do so much for her children. And the way she will be talking to her children are going to be different. They're going to be empowered children. So you will sort of start a chain reaction and create a new generation who are conscious, who are thinkers, totally different generation. So that's my goal. I want to touch more and more women in my lifetime. if I can. You know, it might not be in my program. It just might be, you know, small conversations that I have with other women. You know, it might be through some of my writings. And I think it's important to have that intention. So, because it all starts from your intention, right? What you want to do. And that's basically my drive. That's what I do. I get up every day. Okay, what can I do? What can I say? How can the content I put out there inspire more women to, you know, for faith, to break out of a shell and do more?
Sure.
So,
Nice.
any last tips that you would like to share with our audience tonight before we say bye-bye?
So I think for all the women out there who are watching us, don't be afraid. You know, all of us have our own story, and they're special. Those stories, those hardships are what make us what we are. You know, don't be ashamed for something bad that's happened to you. That's your power. So it's really to own your story, embrace that power you have, because those lessons are precious lessons that no one can take away from you. Yeah,
Very nice.
Very nice, right?
Yeah.
So, anything, Zu, before we say bye to Nash?
No, I feel after hearing Nash speaks, I feel like I'm ready to go. I just want to touch everybody's heart tonight.
And both of you are doing such a great job with this platform, you know?
Thank you so
I mean,
much. We're having fun every night.
yeah, I think this is such a great platform. There's so many women out there with stories of their own to share. And what you're doing is that you're this platform, this voice that sort of like amplify the stories. So great work, ladies.
Thank you.
So there are
Thank you.
over 50 episodes already. All together, in total, there are over 50 already.
That's amazing. Amazing job. Well done.
Yeah, so
Yes,
help us to
really,
share,
yeah.
okay, our tomorrow show. So
Yes.
Marketing in Asia was awesome when we asked, can we collaborate? And Azlin straight away say, yes, senang je. And then I met Zu. And then, yeah. So thank
The
you
rest
so
is-
much for saying yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I was shocked. I didn't expect it. So it was really nice surprise.
Congratulations. Congratulations. We forgot to congratulate you on your
Yeah.
on the top 100 for being in top 100. Yes.
Zu, you need to do that
Oh, yeah, that long thing. Okay.
ritual. The
Okay,
ritual.
Nash Browning, Marketing in Asia's top 100 LinkedIn icons in Malaysia. You should follow in 2020.
Wow.
Yes, so congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
I think when I first got the news, my friend WhatsApp me, congrats, babe. I'm like, congrats for what?
There you go.
Love it. Thank you, ladies.
Okay.
Thank you, ladies.
So
This has been
thank you
really
so
like
much. Yeah, so we hope to see you again and have a wonderful week ahead and stay safe at home. Selamat
Yes,
Hari
thank
Raya
you.
soon.
Selamat Hari
Selamat
Raya.
Raya. Selamat Raya. We cannot go back Singapore this year, right? We're here.
I
We're
know,
stuck here.
right? Yeah. Oh, just gonna be here for now.
Okay. Bye bye, Nash. It was lovely having
Bye.
you.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Another good
Hi,
show.
Zu.
Okay.
Yes, right. So it's just so refreshing to see. You know, it has always been, my mission in life to get more young women into the community world, right? And it's just so refreshing for me to see how young she is. Well, I'm assuming, so that's assumption, right?
Yeah.
So that's not so good.
Yeah.
But she looks young, and
She looks
how
young, yeah.
she is so passionate talking about what she's doing right now. So that's really awesome.
Correct. Yeah. Back to that. You said you want to empower more young women to do this work, right? So what do you do to get young women to get involved?
Yeah.
Is there any?
So I had a great chat with Can you still hear me, Zeus? Suddenly I don't
Yes,
hear me.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah.
Let
Can you hear me now?
just see
Yeah.
whether or not I could
Mm.
catch on.
Mm.
Let us just so you know what? I'll refresh our screen and see how it works.
Okay.
Okay.
Do that. Yeah. Okay, seems that I've lost Nini here. So, yeah, just want to say thank you for staying with us, and we will see you guys tomorrow. We will have Emilia Zainal tomorrow. So, catch myself, Zu Angelica, and Nini Chong tomorrow at the same time, 9:30 Malaysia time, with our next guest. Okay, so thanks for being with us. Bye bye.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again.